Alright, so let's talk about 5 anime that you didn't know that were isekai anime. Because you know, isekai is a big genre, and there's a lot of anime that's out there that you might not know that's actually an isekai. So hey, I'm gonna let you know 5 of them. If people actually enjoy this, I guess, video or whatever, I might make another one because there are a lot more. I just did 5 kind of unique ones, kind of not. There's one I might be super reaching, but there's stuff that backs it. But with that out the way, let's get into the video. So the first one I want to talk about is an anime that's new from this season right here, happening right now in the summer season. I'm talking about Sunnyboy. The main reason why I wanted to talk about this one, because most people think of this as a sci-fi anime. It is a sci-fi anime, but the one difference is this is the isekai, because one, they're literally in a whole nother dimension from where they were, and there's so many different dimensions, like pockets of millions of different dimensions, like way too many. So it literally classifies as an isekai because they're not from their world. Their world was a normal human world, and where they're at now has so many like crazy mysterious things. So it just counts as an isekai to me. Like, it most definitely does, because it's like there's so much different crazy stuff happening. There's so many different worlds they are in. They're in that first world where it was like all black and white, and now they're on this island along with like going to other pocket dimensions and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It classifies as isekai because going to a different dimension is still going to another world. So hey, it's still isekai. But some people might argue it's not, it's just some sci-fi shit, but still, it's an isekai. They're in a whole new world that they're not used to, so it's an isekai. Like, most definitely it is. It's an isekai. The next one I want to talk about is I don't want to get hurt, so I've maxed out my defenses, or Bofuri, whatever it is, Bofuri. So this one is a isekai. You could argue that it's not, but in my opinion, it really is an isekai. Mainly because most of the anime is spent in the other world, or in the gaming world. Because if you've watched this anime, you know that the main character, she and her friend, they play a game. Especially the main character, she plays a game, like she maxed out her defense like crazy. And it's basically an isekai because they spend like it's like a, what would I say, maybe a 90-10% split of like what's in the anime, because like they're mostly in the game, in the anime, and then there's like a little bit chunk where they're outside the anime. So that's what I'm saying, it's mainly isekai, bro, because they go to another world for majority of the anime, and there's only like every once in a while they show the real world. So I'm like, bro, it's a isekai, bro. It's a gaming one, but it's not like the what do you call that, like the Sword Art Online gaming one where you're stuck in the game. It's just one of these ones. I mean, there's a lot in the series, but I just wanted to talk about this one because maybe some people might not think this is an isekai, but yes, it's an isekai. Like, it is. Sadly, it really is. Like, being stuck, when they show a game way more than they show like the actual regular world, it's going to be isekai because they're going to a whole nother world than like their normal world, but just through a game. It's like that. I mean, there's so many different ones that are like that, but some people classify them as isekai, some don't. So it's all over the place. All right, the next one is the Ambition of Oda Nobunaga. Now, this one is a very interesting one because this one, a lot of people would probably think time travel, because there is time travel in this, but it's a different type of time travel. So the main character, he gets sent back to like the old Japan when like Oda Nobunaga is there, but the difference is all the people that were there that were men, like in our regular history, they're turned into women. So like, yes, he got sent back in time, but he got sent back in time in a different world's history that it's probably like a parallel universe, just like different stuff that happened, or just like one of them things where a butterfly happened to, like, it's a butterfly effect kind of, you could think, something like that. I don't know, but just know it deals with time travel, but it is the isekai because he does get sent back in time in a different world. So those, like I said, it was probably a parallel world, and that's what happened, and that's why in his timeline all the people that are men are actually like women in his timeline. So yeah, that's one of the key differences. And it's really dope though. Like, it was one of these isekai I watched. When I first watched, I was not expecting to be as good as it is, but hey, it's really that good. So if you've not seen that, hey, check that one out. But it actually is an isekai, even though most people would think about time travel and all that, but it is isekai. Now, the one I want to talk about, I never really see this on any isekai list or anybody whenever they talk about isekai, but like, this could arguably be one of the greatest isekai because it is an isekai. I don't know why people don't talk about that. Maybe there are some people that have talked about it, but I don't see any. I mean, I have to, maybe somebody on YouTube's already talked about it, but Miss Korbashis Dragon is an isekai. Why does nobody talk about this? Like, I think I've seen only a few people talk about it and like mention a little bit, but why does nobody ever talk about this as being one of the greatest isekai? Because bro, if you watch Miss Korbashis Dragon, you know how good it is. Because this is an isekai because all the dragons, they come from another world. And then literally season 2 goes into way more depth that you see in their world. There actually is other humans there because they show like Toru's and Elma's, or what's her name? Like, I forgot her name is. Yeah, in her backstory. And it's like, yes, it's an isekai because they had humans in their world. They had like a whole nother world, the dragon world. And it's like they went into a whole different world. It's just like a reverse isekai because, you know, like there's reverse isekai. And it's like Miss Korbashis Dragon is isekai. And that's the crazy crazy thing, that it really is an isekai, but most people don't think about it as isekai because they think of it as a cute, funny anime. And because it's mainly in those genres, plus slice of life, it's mainly in those genres, but it actually is isekai. It's just a reverse isekai, and like it's dope that it is, because I mean it's a good anime, and it's like, hey, you can it gets the isekai genre too. All right, I'm done with my little Miss Korbashis rant, but just know, hey, if you're not watching season 2, watch it. It's really good. Like, it's really, really good. All right, so the final one, I am reaching. I'm reaching super hard. Like, I'm reaching super hard. All right, the last one that I would say that's an isekai that you would not think is an isekai is Date A Live. Yes, if you know what Date A Live is, it's a fan service ecchi anime, and you would not think this is an isekai, but guess what, it is an isekai because all the girls, they all come from different dimensions. And I'm like, hey, it's a reverse isekai. So, hey, it technically does fit. It technically, you could say it's one. I know you could say I'm reaching, but in my opinion, it technically is an isekai. Because, like, the girls are coming from a different dimension. And they're the reason why. Because, you know, like, all the, what do you call those? Like, all the quakes and all this other shit that happens are the reason why they're coming from different dimensions. And, I mean, they are technically coming from different, like, parallel universes, too. Because if you've seen some of the Date A Live, some of the stuff that's happened in the series, there's stuff like that, too. I'm saying there's a lot of stuff we're dealing with different worlds and all that. I almost put Trinity 7 on this list, because technically you could say Trinity 7 is, too. But I do that if somebody wants another list, because technically I could make a whole, like, video on how Trinity 7 is technically isekai, but I ain't doing that right now. But yeah, these are the 5 anime I wanted to talk about that you wouldn't think are isekai, but they're isekai, because they all are, in my opinion. I would say the only one I'm reaching for is that Date A Live one, but at the same time, I'm not really reaching because the girls do come from a different dimension. But hey, let me know in the comments what anime that you think are not isekai, but most people don't think are isekai, but they're actually isekai. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what's your favorite isekai. Let me know what's the anime that you realized was an isekai after you watched it, but you didn't think it was an isekai. Like, I know a lot of people say Dr. Stone, but then I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's just their world in the future. I don't know why people count Dr. Stone. I wouldn't really count that one. So, I don't know. Just let me know in the comments what isekai you think of when you think of, like, anime that are not isekai, but they're isekai and all that. But yeah, hey, let me know anything in the comments. If you enjoyed, like. If you do, you can dislike, subscribe if you really enjoyed. And yeah, hey, thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.